Your mom again. So this is most likely my last video for today. I've just been gathering up all my decks and looking at everything and just basically seeing if I wanted to do another video today, which I decided that I wanted to. So, pretty much this is another deck tech. This is Magic, as you can probably tell from the lands here. This will be my Orzhov deck, which, for those of you who don't know, that is Boros Orzhov, two of the guilds in the latest Ravnica block. So we've got 4 mana base, all 3 colors. I'm only running basic lands, just because I'm lazy and I don't feel like finding shock lands or guild gates or anything like that. So basically, we have 8 mountains, 8 plains, and 8 swamps. Just like my Celestia deck, this is a 24 land base. So, yeah, like I said earlier, that some of my decks I did run 20, and this is not one of the decks that I run 20 land. This one I'm running 24, mainly just because it's 3 colors, so I need a larger mana base. Oh, that's my thinking anyway. So, there's my lands, and I think I have these all sorted and everything, so let's dive right into the spells. We've got 2 Beacon Apparitions. Cool card to get tokens with, great removal, especially if they're running like, especially if my opponent's running like a scavenge deck or a flashback deck or something like that. I can just exile one of the cards in the graveyard and put a 1/1 white and black spirit with flying. Alright, and next I'm running a Purge the Profane. 4 mana cost, 1 white, 1 black, 2 other. Target opponent discards 2 cards, and I gain 2 life. This deck does run a small little discard engine, but it's basically just A to gain life, and 2 it controls their hand and keeps them from being able to pull as many spells. And then I can run that with Beacon Apparition and exile whatever they discarded. Here we go, a Boros card. Martial Glory, target creature gets +3/+0 until end of turn, and target creature gets +0/+3 until end of turn. So, I mean, if I really wanted to, I could give my attacking creature that they didn't. Oh, say I'm swinging with that 1/1 spirit that I made earlier. They decided they're not going to block it. Alright, tap 2. It's now a 4/4. So, it's a cool card. Krinko's Command. 2 mana cost, 1 red, 1 generic. Put 2 1/1 red goblin creature tokens onto the battlefield. It's pretty basic card. A lot of people know what it is, but hey, I'm running Boros, so there is some battalion, so I like to make tokens. Plus, I just really like tokens. Madcap Skills, awesome card. 2 mana cost enchantment, 1 red, 1 generic. Enchanted creature gets +3/+0, and can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. I don't believe I'm running any in this deck, but this is a cool card to pair with Alpha Authority. Just 1 second. So, yeah, cool card to pair with Alpha Authority. Skullcrack, just obvious reasons, especially if I'm going up against life gain. Just can't gain life, you take 3 and damage can't be prevented. Sweet. Gift of Orzhov, again, obvious reasons, just awesome. Buff a creature, give it lifelink, flying. Alright, now we got War Leader's Helix. Cool card that just came out. 4 mana cost, deals 4 damage to target creature or player, and I gain 4 life. So, that's pretty cool. Another cool card that just came out, Obsidian's Aid. Return target permanent card from my graveyard straight to the battlefield. So, say I have my Obsidian out, and you decide that you don't like my Obsidian, so you're gonna kill it. Okay, cool, Obsidian's Aid, 5 mana, comes back in. Exile it out of the face. Possibility Storm, it's just an overall awesome card. I like to run it. 5 mana cost, 2 red, 3 other, and I don't remember text on it exactly, so I'll read it to you guys. Whenever a player casts a spell from his or her hand, that player exiles it. Then exiles cards from the top of his or her library until he or she exiles a card that shows a card type with it. That player may cast that card without paying its mana cost. Then he or she puts all card exiled with Possibility Storm on the bottom of his or her library in any random order. So, cool just to get more cards out. Whatever. Although, if you play a Planeswalker and you have that out, you might want to be careful that you have more Planeswalkers in your deck. Otherwise, you're gonna die quickly. Merciless Eviction. Again, for obvious reasons, just good board wipe. Can take out just about anything. Everything but lands, really. And then I'm running 2 Viscopa Guild Mages. 2 mana cost, 2/2. Tap 1 black, 1 white, 1 generic, so creature gains lifelink. And then tap 1 white, 1 black, 1 generic. Whenever I gain life this turn, each opponent loses that much life. Alright, now Sunhome Guildmage. 1 white, 1 red, 1 generic. Creatures I control get +1/+0 until end of turn. 1 white, 1 red, 2 generic, and I can put a 1/1 red and white soldier creature token with haste onto the battlefield. 2 Sin Collectors. 3 mana cost, 2/1 blocker, and it has a built-in duress, basically. So, that's fun. And then 2 Falkenrath Nobles. 4 mana cost, 2/2. 1 black, 3 generic. Flying whenever Falkenrath Noble or another creature dies, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. And I'm basically running that because I have a small sacrifice engine in this, such as 2 Maw of the Obzadot. It's 1 black, 1 white, 3 others, sack a creature, and creatures I control get +1/+1 until end of turn. I'm running Cartel Aristocrat, another sacrifice creature. It's 2 mana cost, 1 black, 1 white, 2/2. Its ability is to sacrifice a creature, and it gets the protection of the color of my choice until end of turn. Blood Artist, 2 mana cost, 1 black, 1 generic. It's a 0/1, and it has the same ability as Falkenrath Noble. And then Towering Thunderfist. It's a 5 mana cost, 1 red, 4 generic. It's a 4/4. Its ability is tap 1 white, and it gets a Vigilance until end of turn. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I basically just put this in here because it has a cool name. Towering Thunderfist. Thought it sounded kinda cool. And it can come in handy. Let's see if I can pronounce this name. Wojek Halberdiers. It's a 2 mana cost, 3/2. It costs 1 white and 1 red. Has Battalion, and its Battalion ability is whenever it and 2 other creatures attack, it gains first strike until end of turn. So potentially 2 mana cost, 3/2 first strike. And then we have Bomber Core. It's a 2-drop 1/2. 1 red, 1 generic. Its Battalion ability is when it and 2 other creatures attack, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Then we've got Vishino First Blade. It's a 3 mana cost, 2/2. 1 white, 1 red, 1 generic. And haste, when it enters the battlefield, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. So, it's pretty much a 3 mana cost, 4/4 when you first play it, and then a 2/2 blocker after that. And we've got Warmine Infantry. Warmine Infantry, sorry. It's 3 mana cost, 2/3. 1 red, 2 other. Battalion ability is when it and 2 other creatures attack, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Or +2/+0 until end of turn. Sorry. Sky Knight Legionnaire. 3 mana cost, 2/2. It's 1 white, 1 red, 1 generic, and it has flying and haste. And then we have Guardian of the Gateless. For obvious reasons, it can block any number of creatures. Something that I found is very useful, which I'm not running in this deck yet, I'm probably going to put it in, is to run this with Holy Mantle, because it can block any number of creatures, and then Holy Mantle gives it protection from creatures. So you can block any amount of creatures you want, and it won't die. And then we have Ogre Slumlord. Again, for the Sacrifice engine, whenever another non-token creature dies, put a 1/1 black rat creature token onto the battlefield, and rats I control have Death Touch. And that would be a 5 mana cost 3/3, 2 black, 3 generic. I'm running a Treasury Scroll. It's a 6 mana cost 4/4, 1 black, 1 white, 4 generic. It has Exploit. Whenever it attacks, you can add an enchantment, a creature, or an artifact from your graveyard to your hand. Angelic Overseer. It's 5 mana cost 5/3 flying. Costs 2 white and 3 generic, and as long as I control a human, it gains hexproof and is indestructible. So that's pretty cool, especially since I'm running quite a few humans in here. And now on to the 3 boss monsters, essentially. We have an Obzadot, an Aurelia, and a Tajic Bladed Legion. Obzadot and Aurelia for obvious reasons, and Tajic is just really an overall really cool card. It's a 4 mana cost 2/2. It costs 1 white, 1 red, and 2 others. It's indestructible, and its battalion ability is that when it and 2 other creatures attacks, it gets +5/+5 until end of turn. So that is really cool. And then last 2 cards in the deck are 2 Liliana Vesses. And Liliana Vesses' abilities are +1, target player discards a card. Like I said earlier, I do have some discarding here. -2, search your library for a card, then shuffle your library and put that card on top of it. So, good search card as well. And then -8, put all creature cards and all graveyards onto the battlefield under your control. So, I really like Liliana Vess because she has just a little bit of everything. And she starts out at 5 loyalty. So, that's really cool. Only 5 mana cost, which is really good in my opinion for a card. So good. It costs 2 black and 3 generic. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more deck techs or deck profiles, depending on what you want to call it, please subscribe.